I'm Charlie.
I'm Charles.
I'm Sean.
You are watching the Buhurt Is Love podcast, the dopest podcast on the interwaves for all things armored combat.
It's true. Just like you said it.
Dig it.
Exactly.
It's a really crowded market right now.
It's like
Yeah.
So
we're really fighting our way to the top.
I found another Buhurt podcast.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah?
There's the really tall guy from Finland with the black armor.
Sir Lapis?
Yes, Sir Lapis.
Yeah.
He does a podcast as well.
No kidding.
Yeah, Lauren was on his show like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's
No
dope.
shit.
So
All right.
Yeah,
shout out to
all right.
Sir Lapis, man.
What
So
up?
I think it is Sir Lapis on YouTube.
Yeah,
He's probably
I fought
cringing at how
him.
bad we're butchering his name right now, but it is what it is.
I think it is actually Sir Lapis.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he's, I think, maybe. Now
That's
I'm
his
not
name
sure.
on YouTube. I don't know what his name is in actual real life. I know I've met you like 6 times fighting, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You the real tall dude from Finland. I know that. Watch him not
Beautiful.
Be from,
That
watch
really
him,
narrows it down, by the way.
watch him
the
not
really
be-
tall dude from Finland.
Watch him not be
Watch
that
him
guy.
not be from Finland. Dude, I did that when we were in Prague.
Yeah.
I was talking mad shit to this guy, and about basically German propaganda, like
Yeah.
trash talking
Yeah.
bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And we end up going down together because McKay runs over, smokes him in the back, he spasms, and then he suicides me.
Yeah.
And we're sitting on the ground. He's like, "I am not from Germany."
That's fucking funny.
I'm like, "Oh,
Oh my God,
man,
that's
dude."
funny.
Wrong guy.
Excuse me.
I was absent that day in flag school.
I thought they were the German team. I thought that we were fighting.
That's funny.
And the next round, we actually fought the German team, and he comes up, and as we make that first contact, he goes, "Spanken Sie durch?" And I was like, "Si hablo español?" And his brain froze, and I dropped him.
Well, if it works, it works.
He's like, "Huh?" Bam.
Gotta be illegal. That's gotta be illegal.
Gotta talk
A
that trash, dude.
charisma-based attack in Buhurt? They do those?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't have that sweet society that Sean has. I gotta have something, man.
Well, I don't hit it as much as I used to. I think people are really hyper aware of it now.
Yeah, the bad. So it works really good if somebody's gung ho for that takedown.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Trying
the
to check
more
you.
pressure they give into you, the easier it is to hit. You can just put a lot more spice into it. If they're really static, it's kind of not an ideal technique for Buhurt.
And you posted a short, I guess it was yesterday, day before yesterday,
Something like that.
Everyone try to. I'm gonna link it like somewhere around here, but it is a textbook freaking axe society. Maybe you call it something else, but it looked like the axe society to me.
Ugo.
So if I'm doing it Sasai, or where I'm like sweeping them that way, yeah, it's just a Sasai.
Society? Okay, I thought
Yeah.
that. Right, but you had like all the stick lines drawn out and stuff with it.
Oh yeah, that's an old video that I made a long time ago.
I saw it yesterday. So.
Yeah, no, you're good. I just need to say that I've gotten a lot better at throwing that throw since then. So that
Okay.
video is still valid, but I think I would teach it a little bit differently now. Yeah.
I mean, I've never hit a society in my life, so
It's available whether you're using a two-handed axe or not. So, I mean, there's variations that you can make it work.
I think you with that long two-handed axe you swing, nail it.
Yeah, it really works for you because you're good at keeping distance, but you also have a small wingspan because you're kind of a short dude.
Yeah.
But that long axe really plays the middle ground between there.
Yeah, so I like to use the axe to kind of compensate for my height. Imagine that, a small guy compensating.
No,
Oh,
what?
jeez.
Never.
So,
That's why I drive a Corvette.
So the thing is like with a longer axe, I can force you to play my game a lot better than I can if I use a shorter axe. With a shorter axe, the problem is that it's disadvantageous to be grappling with like a small two-handed axe, and
It's just a boat anchor.
I'm never going to hit you more than once because you're so close to me that you're not going to just stand there and take it. You're not
Exactly.
going to allow me to do it more than once.
So an interesting we did this a practice one day. I don't remember if you were there or not, but it's when we first started transitioning to longer axes.
Yeah.
We were testing the range on shorter axes versus longer axes, and with a two-handed axe, you have the same range as a one-handed falchion. That's your striking
You
distance.
talking about the short axe?
The short
If you
axe.
wear- if you're one of the really short ones.
what a lot of guys South Texas
Oh, the
call
3 foot?
the cowboy axe.
Yeah, they're like
right?
3 foot long. It's like the length of a wood cutting axe.
Yeah. No,
Because you have to have both hands on it, so your actual reach comes from your back shoulder.
Well, I mean, that being said, like, there's nothing wrong with using any size weapon or any kind of weapon if you can make it effective.
Yeah, there
I
is.
mean,
You should never use a mace.
Nope. Especially not a two-handed mace.
There's definitely better metas, but like, if you can make it work, I mean, I'll eat my words. But that's kind of how it works for me. Is like as long as you put in the work to make that technique work, it should be okay.
Speaking of maces,
gotta be.
did y'all see that BI updated the rules for maces and now they can be like 1.2 or 3 kilograms?
Okay.
So now they can't be two-handed anymore. They're limited to one-handed length.
Yeah.
So, but they can be heavier now. So we might start seeing maces be
Useful.
somewhat useful.
More than a
because now
grapple
they're on
stick.
par with a weight for a one-handed axe. Because one-handed axe is 1.5 or 1.3. I'm making all this up. I don't actually know. I'm wrong.
He has no clue.
I'm sure one of the BI dudes is going to be in the comments
pulling it
down
right
below.
out
Like
of his
it's,
ass.
Be like,
it's
"That's
this
not
number,
how this
right?
works."
But it is the maces are about 20 to 30% heavier than what they
Okay.
were before, and I think it's just under whatever a one-handed axe is for weight. So
I'm still not convinced that it's going to make that big of a difference. I know
not.
maces have a reputation of being like this anti-armor weapon or whatever, but I don't see it. I think it's much better to use against somebody who doesn't have armor than someone with armor, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I think if they were allowed to weigh this, I mean, if I could swing a two-handed mace over a two-handed axe, I'd just swing the two-handed mace.
Yeah, true.
Because I don't have to worry about edge alignment, and so all
Just
of my
go
force
for
is going to land. So I'm going to have a higher percentage of sticking that shot through armor.
I mean, you're going to have a higher percentage of making contact and not having it glance or whatever, but I don't think that it necessarily means that you're going to have more impact or more force.
True, I can't hit for shit.
Well, you got to think because you got to think you're still using a broader impact surface, right? If I'm using an axe, I'm using a very narrow impact surface. So that's a lot of oomph over a narrow area.
Yeah, but a lot of
mace.
each of those flanges,
Yes.
right?
So if you're hitting with a flange mace, you still have one. You should be making contact with one flange.
You're
right?
going to be making contact with multiple almost every time.
You are 100% correct. But in theory, like, and it's also like the small head stuff. I wonder. We've never actually done. I want to do the test on it. We've never actually done the test. We should just do that. But your measure has to be that perfect for a modern meta axe, right? They're about that long, right? For one of the small Brett choppy ones.
Okay, so about
So your measure is this to get maximum impact. Right?
Yeah.
With what I've seen in the historical artwork, they tend to all swing these big crescent-ish shaped axes, much like that Bardiche spot back there. And I think that gives you a much more forgiving measure. So your average hit isn't nearly as, or your average hit is more impactful, whereas the smaller axe is typically not impactful, but when it does hit, oh
It's
God,
really
is it
impactful.
spicy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? I think, and that's a theory I've got. I can't prove it because we've never actually done the testing, but it's just a theory I've got about axe shapes. So
I mean, yeah, I think it can certainly aid you in not missing the target quite as much, but I mean, you can always just get good.
That is always an option.
I mean, that's
Just
always
getting gooder.
that's always something you can do is just work on that accuracy.
yeah.
So I got a question for you, Sean. We're kind of on the subject of we're going to be on the subject of flanking for this video. What would you say your style is as a flanker?
Well, I think I'm what we call on our team a zoning type flanker. So I tend to kind of put it in like video game terms, I use aggro. I use the fact that I have this big axe as a threat that you're going to charge me, and so I'm going to use that charge against you as best as I can, because either you let me beat the hell out of your friends with my axe,
Or you do something about
it, and then I have an answer for both.
Excellent. All right. Yeah, I think my style is like I guess I'd technically be a zoning power flanker because I'm big, but
So
There's a difference, though. You and I, and the frequency in which we chop.
very true.
You swing a lot more than I do.
A whole lot more. You're right.
I don't like to swing a whole lot because it's exhausting. So I'm going to try and maximize body movement with each shot that I swing, so that the guy who's grappling him can throw him down. I'm counting on the guy that I'm hitting being either too tough or too stupid for me to put down with that axe.
Gotcha.
So I need to aid the grappler.
Yeah, and I've got a different mindset. I'm pretty sure I can break that guy no matter who it is. So yeah, just swing for it.
Having held dudes for both of y'all, like you're fucked no matter which one shot.
You're not gonna have fun. You're not gonna have fun.
But like Sean, I see you playing more as like a defensive back, like a strong safety, right? And Charles plays it more like a
linebacker.
like a middle linebacker,
Right.
So he's much more that aggressive power style. But also, you are small enough that people forget you exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
They don't consider you a threat, to their detriment.
Yeah, much to their detriment.
Sean will
me.
fuck you up.
If you let me, yeah.
Whereas Charles looks big, intimidating, and imposing with a 2-handed axe and dreads flying everywhere. And oh God, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So they want to dedicate somebody to him. So he controls an area through threat, whereas you control an area through positioning and how you respond to what they do.
Yeah, I
put,
try
very
not to
well
really force my game. I try to play off of what they give me to play.
Gotcha.
If they follow me and if the other center follows me, I like to pull them closer to one of the twos because there tends to be this psychology of big axe, big threat, big scary, and so the two and the center start looking at me and they go, "Okay, we're gonna keep this guy from swinging," and I just stand there.
Yep.
And then these guys
You're holding up too.
Yeah, these guys feel like they're doing a lot of really good work. They're like, "Yeah, hell yeah, this guy's not hitting us." Meanwhile, my 1 and 2 are absolutely reaming that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So. But also, like, even later in the round, like, when you show up, you have this ability that a lot of flankers, like, go watch footage of Sean. Seriously.
Yeah.
Sean never stops moving in a fight.
I don't know. I like to walk around a bit.
But you don't stop moving, right? You're constantly on the prowl, right?
That's true.
You're
Very
just
true.
sprinkling your love here. You get an axe, and you get an axe, and you're going to get society. And so it's like you're constantly affecting multiple engagements in a round.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it may not get the assist because they didn't fall over immediately, but you almost always leave the engagement with your teammate in a better position.
Yeah, that's definitely the goal.
Which is really what you want as a teammate. All you can really ask for.
Yeah, it's difficult because that definitely comes from team synergy, like understanding your teammates and what their strengths and weaknesses are and what their limits are. I fought with my guys for a very long time now.
8 years.
Yeah, 8 years of
Has it
fighting
been
with the
8
same
years?
guys.
Dude, we had 4 of the 6 original warlords over here today.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, because we had Austin earlier.
just left.
Yeah, I talked to him on the way out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, it's when you understand what your team can do, it makes it a lot easier for you to make those decisions as a center because I can walk around, I can take a guy down, look around, and I can see Brennan's got some guy on him, and I'm like, oh, well, Brennan's not going to go down anywhere.
Yeah, I'm good.
But then if I see like some big huge guy like crushing Adam down, I'm like, okay, well, I can go help Adam, you know, or whoever. I mean, not that Adam needs help, but like my job is to aid whoever I can the best I can, and knowing who is in more danger than one another is.
So this
really
one thing I was
big part
talking
of
about with Thomas Cromer, one of our newer
Priorities.
that might be our newest flanker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks like Captain America.
Shout out to Thomas. I know we talked about this in the last podcast, but I'm gonna say it again. Thomas, you did an absolutely amazing job.
Bang up job, brother.
At the Texas scrimmage.
Way to go.
Dude seriously had multiple rounds with multiple takedowns.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
From the center position.
Yeah.
That's great.
Wasn't that his first time playing center? Or?
That was his first.
No, he's played center before a couple times. I mean, that may be one of the first times he's played with us as center, but
This is the first time he's had he was running with SJK in the rounds that he was subbed out on SJK. I had him run on the regulators, so he was running basically every round.
Always
he
running
did
the
16 out of 18 rounds. At center.
Dude's got a gas tank.
Dude has a huge gas tank.
He's got a really good gas
His
tank.
armor's almost as pretty as yours.
It's my old armor.
Is it your old armor? There you go.
That explains it.
That explains it. So, but he, like the first round out of the gate, he gets a head rip and a cross check, and then an assist. Bam, bam, bam. So 3 takedowns, and that round lasted maybe 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Just boom, 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 boom.
Just going crazy on him.
And so, and what I was talking about with Thomas, and I know we talked about this earlier, is that one thing I think that we struggle as a team is training centers.
Yeah.
We're bad at it. But I think everybody's bad at it because it's a hard position to train, right?
Yeah, it's a very difficult position because when you're on the rail, it's very clear what you need to do.
What your objective
Both
is.
guys have a very clear set of instructions, whereas the 3, there's no wrong answer until it ends up going to shit. So you can do whatever you want, and the result is what's going to determine whether that was a good decision or a bad decision.
Yep. I mean, there are some things where, like, if they have a really strong axe swinging center, and if you just look at him the entire time, and then you guys win 5v1, you've done your job as a center. You neutralize their guy just by looking at him, right?
Yeah, I think that part of what's difficult as a starting off as a center is knowing when to pull the trigger. And I think a lot of guys, they blow their load way too early because they get too jumpy and they're not sure what to do. And they see other guys getting into a fight and they're like, I got to do something. I can't just stand here. And meanwhile, if I can keep their center who's got a big axe just standing there looking at me, I'm like, cool. Like, my guys are going to roll one side or the other. And as soon as one guy goes down, we start pressing hard.
Yep. But it's also like centers can have an outsized impact on the field.
Very true.
Right? As your one will probably never have a huge impact on the field unless you're Brett Skinner.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But your one typically will control that rail and probably get 1 or 2 assists around on average. Centers can rack up the fucking stats.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's easy. I think any position on the field can rack up those points. I think it's a lot more of the effect of the center gets lost because it's not so clear what they're doing. It's not as easy to put into numbers the effect that they're having on the field.
That's definitely because there were a couple rounds that when we were doing a video review where Charles didn't get a takedown or an assist.
Yeah.
Right.
But his position in the field was exactly where he needed to be, doing exactly what he needed to do, and it contributed to our taking that round.
Right. And the thing that's wild about that is, as a center, that's a rough round because you're like, man,
I ain't do shit.
Yeah. I didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah.
But
your team won.
But then you go back and look at the video, and you're like,
position.
oh, no, he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Sometimes it's just about corralling the other guys. I think at the higher end, it becomes a little bit of a different game, but that's very situational. I think across the board, as long as you know the limits of what your guys are, you have a better chance at making that right decision.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got. So we were talking about it at practice last weekend. And I was teaching these new guys about positions and what we, rail, wing, flanker, center.
Right.
And that we, as a team, we tend to start our new guys on the rail.
Yeah.
Not because it's the easiest position, but because it's the easiest to understand.
Okay.
Right? Walk down rail, stay on rail, don't let him past you.
You've got a rail to hang on to,
Yes.
so,
Yeah.
when you get in your sea legs.
So, but when you got a guy that comes in, it's $150. Starting him on the rail,
It's rough.
that he's going to have a rough go.
Yeah,
Right.
it can be really tough.
So, and I don't think that we as a sport yet have a good way to get someone like we know that he's going to be a flanker.
Yeah.
We know that he is destined to be a flanker because it's the only position that we have where a body type of that size can actually be effective.
Right.
Right? Because we don't have weight classes.
Very
and
true.
just like you would not put a cornerback at defensive tackle,
Yeah, it's not happening.
right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't put a flanker as a rail unless you had to.
Right.
Right. So I think it's one of these, as a sport, I would like to see us. How do we train flankers? What's an effective way to start somebody out knowing that they're going to be a flanker? And how do we train those guys?
Apologies.
So
Yeah, that's definitely a big challenge, and one of the things that I tell a lot of guys is to experiment a lot. Oh.
The largest medieval combat tournament in the world is coming to Texas. 20 countries and their best fighters, and a battle for blood and glory. Are you ready for the heaviest steel clash of 2025? For the first time ever, witness never before seen formats. 150 versus 150, and capture the flag mass battles. World-class duels that will set your blood boiling. Polearm, longsword, sword and shield, buckler, and even a triathlon. This is the real deal. The best and the best, only with IMCF. Can't make it? Watch every clash live from the comfort of your home.
now I can find the cut.
Yeah. So we were talking about how it's difficult to train flankers and what to do when you've got new guys who come in and they're small guys. It's like, what do we do?
I think some kind of like dynamic movement drill, because you're gonna have to do some kind of, in my opinion, some kind of checking. or be willing to do some kind of check and.
Well, sure.
should
I
be in your
mean,
toolbox.
I really want to see a flanker camp.
the thing is it's not so much about like what drills you can do and this, that, or the other. There's certain archetypes of centers out there, right? Like
Yeah, true.
You've got McCabe, you've got me, you've got Adam. There's a million different ways you can skin a cat, right? And so
Or, you got freaking Darius on the Berserkers.
Oh yeah,
right.
This dude's just
Thomas.
giant.
and all these other guys, right? The thing is that Thomas, whenever he first started, he was trying to play more like me. He was like trying to pick up the axe, and he was trying to be real defensive.
Well, Thomas is a grappling center.
And it just wasn't working out for him. He was like, "Man, this isn't working out. This isn't working out." I'm like, "Well, try to play like Adam." And he goes, "Okay." And then he picks up a sword or a shield and an axe,
does it.
and then it just clicked for him. And then suddenly he's popping off. He's making things work. And that's kind of what centers need to do. Is they need to try out all the different flavors and see where their natural abilities lead them.
But I think we as a sport could develop drills
Oh, absolutely.
to further along, like all things that all centers need. They need you need a cross check drill, right? 'Cause
Right.
That's the center's bread and butter. We need to have some kind of a drill that
Like
is
movement direction.
directions, movement,
Maybe like a ladder
how
drill,
to
something.
run in armor.
Yeah, that's a good lesson actually too.
Right?
Just run in armor.
You're right.
You just need to run in
have to
armor.
do it, right?
Like there's no two ways around that.
Because we've all eaten shit running in armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just happens.
Not me, never me.
Never you.
Never
Never
me.
you.
Yeah, no, man.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, but so like and maybe like a pursuit angle drill, like how
That'd be cool.
How
Yeah.
to like
How to
if
cut
you
off people,
how
how
to
to-
cut people off from
Right,
positioning. Just like these core skills that centers need. I'd like to see us develop some kind of like where we're actively improving those skills.
Well, yeah. I mean,
So-
things are getting a lot better as it is right now, just by everyone getting into judo suddenly. Because whenever we started this sport, there wasn't any kind of like repository of information of like what to do to
Yeah.
fight in armor, and so
exactly.
I did absolutely nothing of value for like my first 4 years of fighting. It wasn't until I started getting a couple of throws under my belt from judo that suddenly I was effective
Changed
on
the
the
whole
field.
world.
Once I was able to throw people who were coming at me, I could hit whoever I wanted to because I had an answer for people who were going to charge me. And if you carry an axe, people are going to charge you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna try
Especially
to
if
get
you're
on top
small.
of you. Yeah.
Like if you're not a big imposing dude, they want to go for that head control, that double axe over. Let's see, the bog standard Buhurt hug takedown.
Yep.
So, one of the things. So, you big boys, if you're going to do that, you're chasing if you are chasing the small flankers, all right, don't commit
Yeah. Yeah.
because then you're gonna make their highlight reel.
Yeah. Yeah, it can happen.
So, if you commit hard to that takedown or that cross check or whatever, you're gonna get to the side. You're gonna get that
Tossed.
The duck.
You'll get
the duck.
sauced and tossed.
You'll get duck and covered.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Especially 'cause like with your helmet set up, you have this amazing peripheral vision.
Yeah, it's pretty much unrestricted in my helmet.
So Sean has this gorgeous salad. We'll put it like right there.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
So, and he has the eye bars are all the way, or the oculars, or what do you call that? This eye slot?
Eye slits,
yeah.
whatever.
Slits,
Yeah.
They run like all the way to his ears, almost. So,
Pretty much.
he
It's
can be
like,
looking.
out here.
Yeah, he can be looking that way,
And
but
they'll
he
still
sees
see
you
you.
coming from behind him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean it's unrestricted, so it's really nice whenever someone's coming to ear hole you and you just kind of catch a little bit out of the corner. You just and duck.
so you need good peripheral vision. One of the things that like defines a good flanker for me is like their awareness on the field.
Yeah, that's probably your number one because you have to see what's going on, and not only do you have to see what's going on, you have to react correctly and accordingly and act correctly, depending on what the other flanker's doing.
Yeah.
Who's winning this grapple? Oh no, that guy dropped his weapon and is running back. Like all of that information has to be going and getting processed. You got to get your combat computer on.
Yep, and where you can have the most effect on the field right now, especially in fives, because
Immediately,
that
yeah.
first takedown is so important.
Exactly.
Yeah, once you get one person down on the field, it becomes a lot easier to play the center position because suddenly I can go wherever the hell I want.
Yeah.
Especially if you get their center down, then it's open season.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh man, so now flankers and fives we only have one. Typically, we only have one. Now, Kenya's runs a double flanker.
Yeah,
Right.
double flanker.
Especially against us, because apparently we have a weakness against that.
Against the double
it
flanker.
Against the double
happens.
flanker.
Yeah.
So that is their solution to the Warlords. And it
The
works
Mickey
really well
McCabe.
for them.
Yeah.
Mickey McCabe.
The Mickey McCabe combo.
MMC.
When we get to 10s and 12s, where do you see flankers there? Because now you have three. You have three centers on the field.
Right. It really just kind of depends on how you're going to play that flanker position, right? I tend to take more of a control position in the center field, or I work behind the line on one of the rails. It really just kind of depends on what the team needs. The way we like to do it is we'll mulch people on the rail, pull them back, and if I need to, I'll put some bombs into them. In the center, it's more about playing more like I do in the fives. It's about like that aggro, that big bubble of like, don't come here or you get whacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then using that to kind of like separate people. It's like herding, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's so. In the 10s in Mexico, I got that assignment to be the number 5 dude.
Fisherman.
No, not in 10s. In
Oh,
10s,
not in
in
10s?
10s I was screen.
Oh, okay.
They ran me at a true center, and so my big ass is out there with a 2-handed axe, just standing there, watching everybody else get all the kills, and I'm like, this is the most boring thing ever because nobody would come anywhere near me.
Guys?
It was like they wouldn't come to anywhere. They wouldn't even come to
Guys.
our side of the list because it was like giant dude with an axe. No, and they would go the other way.
Yeah. Well,
So
That's funny. In Spain, we had the opposite thing. We had Big Nick, who's 7 foot, Zach Golden next to him, and then across there they had a 7-footer too. So, so what we did, because I was basically the center on that side, or maybe I was slot, but basically what they did is they got hands on that guy and pulled him back, and then I broke his arm. I broke his hand. Just like
boom, boom.
But like.
that'll do it.
It was wild too because once we got their dude behind, that whole side was trying to push and get to him, and they were not getting through. Shout outs to Nick for being an absolute house of a human
So
being.
I got to work with Nick this last weekend.
Okay.
And he so Nick is not necessarily the best posture in our sport, right?
Yeah.
He wants to bend over because the dude's 7 foot fucking tall.
Right,
He's trying to get. And I was showing him how he could remain upright and be unhead rippable.
Yeah.
Right.
Just by remaining tall, and he could still reach because he's got this massive wingspan.
Yeah.
And so he was. I think it kind of like started making like, oh,
Suddenly this
I'm
works.
big.
wait,
Me big.
just be big.
Yeah, right.
So
Imagine that.
So and they said using your body type, right? Because I know he's not a flanker, but just
Well, using your body type is good advice for everyone. I mean, a lot of times I have people who reach out to me and they're like, "Hey, man, I'm small and I struggle with this," and it's like, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm such a disadvantage. And it's like every disadvantage you have gives you an advantage somewhere else, right?
Exactly.
It's like we're all in sliders here, right?
Yep.
The unfortunate truth, though, is that you can be big, fast, and strong. Like you can train and just
you
do
can be
that.
Craig Ivey.
Right. It can be done, right? But if you're, a short person, like there's still advantages there that you can do. Like I hold the open field, right? You're big, great, cool. Let's see how good you are in the open field, right? It's a little bit more dangerous out there whenever we've got armor on. In judo, maybe not so great for me, but in open field with armor, I'm happy. Let's do it.
Our judo instructor's smaller than you, and he whips my ass, dude.
Man,
Yeah. Well, I
That is a
mean,
dog.
he's been doing it for quite a while, so that goes a long way.
Sensei Weber threw throwing me around like a rag doll.
I believe it. Yeah, he absolutely.
We're gonna try to get him on the podcast sometime in the near future. He's
That'll be great.
He just got back from. He'll have just gotten back from his latest tournament this week. So
Okay, nice.
I'll go figure out whether he won or not. He probably did. I think it was Sambo.
Yeah.
Oh, so does Sambo? No.
Yeah.
For those of you guys that don't know, Sambo's just spicy judo. It's angry. It's angry judo.
It's
you get it plus people.
Russian MMA, right? Because aren't they're allowed to punch?
Well, there's
Punch and
combat
headbutt.
sambo and there's sports sambo.
Oh, I didn't know
Sports
that.
sambo is more like judo with different rules,
Okay.
and then combat sambo
It's
is
just MMA.
basically.
Yeah. Because I know in combat sambo they can headbutt each other.
Dude, those headbutts are fucking nasty.
It's like, you know what?
Oh man,
Probably the only other combat sport that allows headbutts outside of Buhurt is combat sambo.
Yeah.
Because like,
headbutts and Buhurt are just absolutely worthless.
Yeah.
That and gauntlet punches. I'm sorry, you heard it from me. Punch me all you want. I'm gonna laugh in your face. They're worthless.
Yeah, or
he
worthless.
doesn't
useless.
care. He's never cared.
A shield punch? Yeah, you can put some heat on that.
Yeah,
I'll respect that. But if you're gonna punch me with gauntlets, cool, bro.
I'm not
It's-
respecting you shield punch.
It's like
I'm not.
Hulk hands.
like
It's
Hulk
not.
hands.
It's not threatening.
It's like those big poofy fucking pillow boxing hand things.
Yeah, exactly.
You get for the kids.
Okay,
Like, pow, pow, pow.
Yeah.
exactly.
The thing is,
yeah.
you just don't carry enough weight in a punch to affect somebody in armor.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been punched by a lot of people in armor, and I've not been worried about them yet.
So there are a few people that can hit hard enough with a punch that you really like. Colin Campbell's one of them.
Yeah. But also, he punches with the
Austin.
shield most of the time.
I've been bodied
And-
by Colin Campbell in a corner, like him
Oh,
just
yeah, I
going
remember
to
that.
town. And then, like, as soon as he did it, I came off it. I was like, all right, that's it. And then he
No.
swept the shit out of me.
Yeah,
And
I remember seeing it at the birthday
Colin
fights.
Campbell's the only person to punch me and make me take a seat.
Nah, I came
That
for
man,
more.
that man hit me, and I'm like, I need nope. The world is spinning.
I can't tell you how many times, if you go looking at our old videos, Craig Ivey would come screaming across this list with this nasty shield punch, and I would just doop, right underneath
Yeah.
it every time.
I mean, that one is tough.
Oh, it's coming.
Let me break out the sundial.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is a lot of times with those.
Yeah, Craig is
axes-
going to start training, come back and whip all our asses.
Yeah,
right?
dog. he's gonna not train, come back and whoop our asses. Like, you know what? Let me go politely beat up
First time I
somebody.
met him, he was dressed as fucking Zangief.
bro.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And the fact
the
it
thing is, he
was
looked good doing
a
it.
perfect Zangief cosplay. What is going on,
Spot on.
bro? I was
Perfect.
like, that's what?
He is Zangief.
Yeah, because that was also one of the first times I saw Brett like lose a fight, because that was the first time he profiled
Brett
Brett.
didn't just lose
Yeah.
that fight.
Yeah, Brett
Craig
got-
Ivey,
Yeah, he put it on him.
he put on a clinic.
Yeah.
he beat Brett up.
I remember- I
walked to the
remember,
back room and put on a Zangief fit, and then walked out the. What's
What a
going-
flex.
Right?
What a flex.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
But that was when we first got introduced to the HMB side of the sport, and we didn't realize that while all of the mid-pack teams were in the ACL,
Right.
the very, very best fighters were in HMB.
Yeah.
And then all the trash fighters were in HMB.
Oh,
Yeah.
another.
The mid-pack was where we were fighting, and we thought we could hang, and then we went, and then we found out we couldn't.
Yeah.
Found out we hanged.
We learned. Yeah. No. Yep.
Yo, man, the Colin Campbell. There's a point in the video where I'm running across or something, and he punches me, and I'm like, boop. Just I jump and fall sideways down, dog. Yeah, that dude can punch. Is he gonna be at he's gonna be at
Colin
Hungary?
Campbell?
He's going to be in Germany with
Germany?
Dominus.
Yeah.
Dominus.
So, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Are we... You're going to Hungary, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we're fighting on 12s. No.
Yeah, I'm fighting
we're
12s in
Yeah,
Hungary.
yeah.
Yep.
Because you actually made it to Carnage
Yes.
for
yeah.
5s.
Yeah, unlike
Unlike
you.
us.
fuckers.
Yeah, we
Shout out to
BJ.
Canada, man. Helped us
BJ.
get third place. That was a crazy event, man. We were like, oh no, we just traveled all the way out here to not fight.
all
And
of our
then-
fighters were in rare form too.
And Canada was like, hey, we're missing some fighters too. Want to team up?
Happens we're missing 4.
Yeah. It kind of worked out, and we fought our asses off, and we managed to take third.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy about that. Really proud of that third place.
Imagine the stack squad we would have had at Carnage if we showed the fuck up.
Bro, don't even get
Every
me
year.
started.
Yeah.
Every year, the Carnage curse. Ah!
It happens. It happens.
We'll break it one of these years.
We'll win Carnage again one day.
One day.
One day. You know what it is? We're gonna be screwed, and when my kids are actually or fighting for the Warlords, they're gonna win Carnage finally.
Hey. At least he
Luckily,
gets
I'll still
one.
be young enough. I'll still be young
Charles is
enough to fight.
I've been on every Carnage Gold
Yes,
team.
yes. No, actually, no. When y'all started winning Carnage when I was inside for COVID.
Oh, that's right. You were
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
hiding from the Rona. Hiding from the Rona and still getting the Rona.
Yep.
Coming home to a party on New Year's, and then 3 days later, hey, can you taste these salt and vinegar chips? Don't ask me that question. No. God damn it.
Oh man.
Ugh.
So now, you also have a YouTube channel, or
I
3,
do. Just 2.
just 2. So
Yeah.
the one that's pertinent to our listeners is Warlord Flanker, right? Warlord Flanker on YouTube. There'll be a link down in the bottom. Go
You've
check it
probably
out.
seen his clips before already if you're watching this, honestly.
You definitely have.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, we've got such a huge fan base here, so.
Yeah, you know.
So, Samurai has the biggest YouTube channel for Buhurt.
Yeah, he puts out some pretty cool stuff.
138,000 followers.
Yeah.
So there's some Buhurt fans out there on the internet.
Yeah, for sure, man. Shout outs to y'all.
Right?
Shout outs to y'all.
Yeah.
Also,
So we don't have them yet.
Well,
You
I mean,
do. You're a
one
real
day.
YouTube channel. You got 1,000 subscribers.
I've just had a channel for a long time, and I've just been yoinking other people clips long enough that other people are like, "Hey, this guy puts out content sometimes," and that's really it. You're just putting stuff out.
consistency, man.
Yeah.
It's
I
consistency.
mean, we've doubled our subscribers now.
yeah. Oh,
in
yeah,
the,
we're
in the past like 2
See?
weeks.
We're at
So,
250 or 150.
160, I think. 150 or 60.
There you go,
somewhere around
man.
there, So,
Shout outs to y'all, man. We
Yeah.
we made it 150.
so
Like and subscribe.
yeah, like and subscribe so we can get monetized and do all the cool stuff like add chapters to the video.
Yeah, because apparently you have to be.
We can't do that until we get like 500 subscribers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they won't let us.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
So-
it's wild.
It's weird not have like having an hour long, 45 minutes to an hour long show, and you can't put chapters in it.
Yeah, like who's running this shit?
So-
What's going on?
Normally, all you gotta do is you go into the description and write the timestamp, and then it.
Won't let us. We can't. We can't. We got a thing on YouTube Studio where it won't let us do it until we reach a certain number of followers. So
Because I'm able to do that under 500 on my channels.
maybe you meet some of the other metrics that we don't.
I'm thinking that you guys are just.
Maybe we're doing
I
it
think
wrong.
it's user error.
I mean, it could-
yeah, we'll mess with it later.
Yeah, we'll look at it. Maybe we'll get schooled in the art of YouTube.
Finna get YouTube learned.
Maybe it's the auto chapters don't happen until 500.
I don't know about auto chapters.
Maybe
Are there,
that's what it is.
do they do auto chapters?
Yeah, YouTube does auto chapters.
Oh, cool.
So
Shit, hell yeah.
we'll look at it after show and see. We'll
We'll
get
figure
some,
it out.
We'll get some YouTube school going on.
Tech help.
So, did you see Crayon Launchers?
Yes, yeah,
It
I
just
watched.
wrapped up today.
I watched a couple of the videos. I thought it wrapped up the other day, but either way,
Today or this week sometime.
yeah. I saw the videos. They
So-
had some pretty good hits in there.
Did you enter any videos?
I was really, really late to the party. I put in some videos like last minute. I think I had one of my clips getting into their compilation video they put out.
Yeah, we did see that one because the compilation video had like 4 axe strike dudes and 3 of them were warlords.
That's
yeah,
funny. That's
yeah.
pretty good.
Oh well, it was. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, 3 were warlords in that video. So I thought it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
we had we definitely had some hits in there.
Some representation.
We did a Crown Launchers reaction video, and it was just us absolutely dragging all the lame videos.
Yeah,
that were
I
submitted.
watched it. I watched it.
It's like you guys can't hit. You don't need a halberd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chuck was up there, and I was like, "Oh, Chuck has an X," and I was like, "Oh, Chuck has an X."
Love you, Chuck.
Love you, Chuck.
It happens.
he's gonna head rip you into oblivion because I'm not on the rail.
No,
so have fun with
what
that.
he's gonna do is he's gonna start swinging a 35-pound axe at the pedal for like the next 6 months. And he's gonna show up to the next tournament. He's like, swinging axe, huh?
Interesting.
Boom, and I just get folded.
Brain you, absolutely.
Base of the helmet out cold.
Yeah.
Chuck is a most excellent rail grappler.
Yeah, for sure.
Like-
And he's
like,
just
so-
heavy, lot to
He's-
deal with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, strong guy.
Yep. So
Man, one day we'll get to fight the executioners again. One day.
maybe we'll see. I don't know.
One day.
I think they've kind of retired from the competitive side of stuff.
Yeah, fair.
I think
They're doing the show stuff with the.
I think they're doing the
Pitcons.
KFL stuff.
Yeah,
so if you go and
so-
fight KFL, you can fight them.
KFL, okay.
But we're not fighting
Fighting
KFL.
League or whatever.
What's
yeah.
KFL?
That's so. Jay split from the ACS again,
Jesus.
so that he could run KFL.
Okay.
Okay.
But he already had a league that was ACS. I don't know why they felt like I'm taking my ball and going home. So
That's wild.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, like
so
you know what the country needs? Another league.
yeah,
Another league.
Another league.
that won't run
Yeah.
any fucking tournaments.
Yeah.
So but
get
the ACS
another
wasn't
league.
running. The ACS wasn't running any tournaments. The ACS had one
They had,
tournament.
yeah, I was about to say they had Reno.
That
Yeah.
was it. They had Reno. So the ACS was basically defunct.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a stopgap for whenever we lost the thing for IMCF, and now
Yeah.
that we're able to play with IMCF again as much as we want, then ACS
Yeah.
is kind of superfluous.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it didn't need to be, but that's the way it went. Right?
Yeah. Nothing against them. That's just kind of how
Well, you
the
have
cookie
to run
crumbles.
tournaments if you want to be relevant.
Yeah,
if you
true.
don't run tournaments, you ain't gonna be relevant.
Yeah.
I say this as somebody who was the regional commander for this region for the ACS. So, like,
Speaking of tournaments, don't we have some kind of announcement to make?
no, not yet,
Oh, okay.
not yet,
Never mind.
not yet. Stay tuned. Later. Oh. Our next tournaments that we've got for Warlords are what? We've got
I think Siege is coming up next.
Siege. We're gonna be at Siege. If you want to see us at Siege, come fight us at Siege. Then we've got the Kansas. No, is it Kansas City or St. Louis?
Oh,
Missouri.
It's
It's the MAC.
no,
Missouri Armored
it's
Combat putting it on.
yeah, no, it's with the Banished guys.
The Banished guys,
Nice,
which are
nice,
out of
nice.
Out of
Banished company
Kansas.
out of
Kansas State.
Kansas City. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's.
Not Kansas City, Kansas State.
But why is it in Missouri?
It's not.
It is.
Wait.
It's in Missouri. It's in Missouri.
I'm pretty sure
it's called
it's-
MAC.
Is it? I
And
thought
then
it
we've
was-
got the event Roger's putting on up in Maryland, which is going to be a really good thrash. So
Well, I'm uninformed. Either way, I will be there, and I will be helping teach at that event, the May 10th.
oh, you're talking about the training event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're in the Midwest, you should.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about with Banished.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's
Okay,
Kansas State. That
makes
is
sense.
definitely
That-
Kansas.
Yeah, that one is Kansas State with
Yeah.
the Banished. Yeah, I'm helping train those guys with Brad and Adam
and
Mikey.
Yeah, y'all going to be doing a training
Yeah.
camp up there. And if you are in the Midwest or even not in the Midwest, come learn
it
from
out.
some of the best in the business.
Come see us.
You've got 2 top tier flankers, and you've got Brett Skinner, who is just him.
He's
and,
him, yeah.
and Mikey's another top tier rail
Yeah.
fighter. So
Yeah, absolutely.
come learn from the best.
Yep.
So, and then we've got the Missouri Armored Combat later in the year. That is one of our BI tournaments we're trying to make.
Yes.
And then we've got the Maryland tournament where White Company is going to be.
Yeah, that'll be
Kenny
fun.
S is going
the
to
one.
be, and Dominus is going to be, and the Warlords are going to be. So that's going to be a
That's
gonna
going to be a
tournament.
battle.
that's
yeah.
that's going to be a brawl, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's
So
gonna be
I'm
a
kind
tournament
of stoked for that
yes.
one. So, and it looks like we might have Austin on the team for that one.
Oh baby.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, he's
baby,
saying
oh,
that
baby.
things are going better for him
So-
right now, so we'll hopefully see
We're going to need that firepower
a
back
triumphant
for that
return
one.
Yeah.
of the prodigal son.
And then after that, we've got so Born in North. We already covered this, but again,
Yes.
it's back to being
Looking
12
forward to
tournament.
that one.
So yeah,
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good old 12v12.
we'll be fielding with Team Texas with our illustrious team captain
The
Tanner
returns.
Cox,
Cox. Yes, sir.
defending our glory with the first ever War in the North trophy.
Is that what
And
this is?
Yep, and we've won every year it's ever been hosted.
It's true.
How about that?
We are undefeated at War in the North. So come give us a run for our money. This is literally the funnest tournament you will go to.
It's a lot
It's
of
a
fun.
blast.
A lot of
All
fun.
right.
A lot of fun for
So,
fighting. Absolutely.
The fans are amazing.
Yeah, there's a whole stand.
The stands are packed.
It's in the soccer.
Yeah, I don't think
court.
I've fought there yet, but I do definitely look forward to
Dude,
it.
Oh,
it's
it's
in
so
a soccer field,
Yeah.
like an indoor soccer field. So the ground's real
Turf.
nice for our opponents to fall on.
Yeah.
So they
All
bounce.
right. Is it AstroTurf?
Yeah,
It's padded astroturf.
Okay.
It's amazing. So, and the list is actually quality. And the refing,
very
if
good.
they had the same refs this year that they had last year, it's BI refs, so I don't know. But if they had the same Midwest refs, those
Yeah.
guys, the Midwest refs are the best refs in the country.
True.
All
True.
right.
So, David Bell and oh my
Was that where
God,
David's from?
Yep.
Is that Midwest? Okay.
Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve.
Steve Bannon? No. Steve, I am so sorry. I just spaced on your last name, dude. Out of Tulsa.
If you had Nevada, I wouldn't have either.
But Steve and David Bell run that core, and then of course Steve's daughter Sky, not Steve, David's daughter Sky,
Yeah.
And his not daughter, also.
Yeah.
I thought he had 2 daughters over there, and no,
they're
just
just-
one.
Just the
other
one.
one's she's just a friend of the family.
Yeah.
So
The more you know.
more you know, right? They all come out there and help, and they run a fantastic event. Like when we were up at the bar fights,
Right.
They ran that, and they ran like clockwork.
Yeah, that was one of the best run events I've gone to in a long time.
Yeah, the
so
bar fights were great.
if you get
Oh
a
my
chance
God,
to
they were
go and
great.
fight in Omaha, they put on some really good events. They run a tight ship.
Yeah, the bar
it went
brawls are
smoothly.
legit.
It was
Very
great.
fun fights.
It's
Awesome.
not often you get to just go in and out in just a few hours and be like, all right, cool, we got
We
all our
fought
fights.
6 teams in like 45 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't 45
Was it-
minutes. It was like a 3-hour event.
Was it 3 hours?
Something like that. We got there.
Well,
about,
that's not including the. I mean, that's also including the pro fights.
Oh
Yeah.
Okay. I forget second class citizens exist.
Oof. Charlie does not like the pro fights.
No.
I gotta say, I'm getting some FOMO for AMA.
There's kind of,
A little bit, yeah.
kind of, but also I would have to care about pro fights.
Yeah.
Like Mickey and the rest of his crew are doing an amazing job with
killing
AMA.
it. They're killing it.
Crushing it, dude.
They are crushing
Keep it
it.
up.
the problem is I don't like MMA. I don't follow MMA.
Yeah.
And pro fights are just MMA and armor.
Right.
And so, for the most part, I don't find them entertaining.
Not up your alley.
So I much prefer the team aspect of the sport.
Yeah.
Right. Like I wouldn't still be doing this if it was just pro fights or singles.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if melees were hot and popping and taking off like MMA is,
I think it would crush it.
I would definitely feel differently. I wouldn't, feel so missing out.
Hopefully, with that announcement
putting
Charles
on a
keeps
really good
alluding to
project.
that we ain't quite ready to do, we're gonna fix that.
We will see.
So, but yeah, so somebody needs to do something like Mickey and his crew have done with AMMA
Right.
for Buhurt.
For melees,
Certain
yeah.
somebodies.
Certain somebodies.
You know who you are.
Certain somebodies.
So, but yeah, that's one like I 100% agree. Like that like man, I wish I was doing that. This looks so cool, but I'm like, I'd have to do cardio.
Yeah. That's the thing that
I would
I
have to
don't.
do cardio.
That's the only thing that really keeps me from doing pro fights is like it just looks so exhausting.
If they would shorten the rounds to like 1 minute
Oh God.
or like a minute and a half.
1 minute's too short. You can't.
1 minute. Well, you're right. 1 minute is too short.
You start getting into your flow and then the round's over.
But 2 minutes is also too long for most fighters.
If you do a minute and a half,
So-
you
most
get away
fighters
with-
just need to get gooder.
You're right, but that gives you the problem with pro fights is it's just whoever doesn't gas out in the second round. That's who wins.
Yeah.
I mean, not when you're looking
So-
at the higher end fights.
You're right. The problem is most fights aren't higher end fights.
Yeah.
It's going to start moving that way. The more as the league develops and advances.
I would expect nothing
and
less than that.
and that's what's
it
going
has
to be
progressed-
marketable.
It has progressed a bunch
Yeah.
so far. I mean, now their AMA's like they got a show in Houston. It was just in Nashville last year.
Yeah.
They just wrapped up one in Chicago
On the road.
and they're doing the next one's in somewhere I forget, and they're doing one in Houston in May. They're doing
May?
one in Houston, yeah.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna try to get a bunch of Warlords to go down there and watch. So
Yeah.
That'll be fucking dope.
So, but yeah, they're Mickey and his crew. They are. I said it when Mickey showed up to his first practice. And he was like, "I'm gonna go do this stuff." I was like, "Mickey is going to be the guy that actually has
Kicks it
the
off.
skills to kick this shit off to be more fan centric."
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because he comes from a music background, like putting on concerts and stuff. So he's got
Right.
that background, and he's able to put all that stuff together. So he's done a fantastic job with it. Like, go watch MMA.
Yeah.
If you like armored fighting, it is right up your alley.
Love it.
Yeah,
So-
it's a great show he puts on.
Yeah.
It's
Fantastic
good
show.
fights.
Their announcing has also improved.
Very true.
yeah.
Very true. They put
Like-
Spencer on it, I believe.
I maybe I think
I feel like they put Spencer on it.
but their announcing as a whole has improved from he did a judo to actual announcing.
Yeah.
good, it's
Very
good.
well done.
Good.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Because I know we used to make fun of them for that when they first
Judo,
started.
judo.
So, because ain't nobody safe. Everybody getting drug at some point. So,
Oh yeah.
you know what we should do? We should have like a bunch of guests on, and then us not on the show, and just
That's-
have them drag videos of us.
That's a really funny, that's a really funny idea. That's really funny.
So
That's really good.
just videos of me and Charles fucking up, so we can get skull drugged by
There
everybody
you go.
else.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Get
We
some of our medicine.
get a bunch of reaction videos spliced together. Well done.
So, all right, so we got to wind this down because we're on a hard out because our cameras are going to fill up because I didn't empty the cars.
Womp womp.
So, Warlord Flanker on YouTube, check him out. He's a real YouTube channel with like 4 digits worth of followers.
4 whole digits.
I got a whole 1,000 subscriers, so don't
So-
worry. I won't forget about you guys. You ride my coattails of fame.
And don't forget to follow Warlords. It's Warlord Combat Academy is the actual active one. There's also, you'll find Warlord, the Warlord Armor Combat Sports Team
Yeah,
or whatever.
something like that,
Yeah, those,
yeah.
those accounts are pretty much this. The Warlord Combat Academy is the one that's actually
Yeah.
active. Follow Buhurt Is Love at all the socials, provided we finish getting that up today. One day we'll have them all, actually. I think most of the accounts are created. We just don't know what the logins are.
Oh, well, that's helpful.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And then merch.buhurtislove.com. Check out this shirt, or that shirt, or that shirt. Right? And then don't forget Artisan Dice. Head over to Artisan Dice. Use code BuhurtIsLove
Oh, yeah.
and get you a free set of dice on your next order.
There we go.
There's all the shout-outs. We got anything else?
Yeah, good.
All right, man. Sean, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
So,
Hell yeah.
I'm Charles.
I'm Charlie,
He's the pretty one.
I'm Sean.
and you've been watching Buhurt Is Love.